Hey, Skull Nation. What's up, you purple-blooded warriors? This is your die-hard Vikings fan, straight from the heart of Minnesota, buzzing with that electric energy we all crave after last week's heart-pounding upset in Detroit. Can you believe it? J.J. McCarthy, our young gunslinger, just stormed back from injury and led us to a gritty 27-24 road win over the Lions. Talk about a statement. But hold on to your horns, because today on Vikings News, we're diving headfirst into the ultimate showdown. Can McCarthy and the boys pull off back-to-back miracles against the Baltimore Ravens? Lamar Jackson's back, Derrick Henry's rumbling, and the Ravens are hungry at 3-5. It's do or die at US Bank Stadium this Sunday, and I'm fired up to break it all down. Who's ready to roar? Let's charge into this preview and see if we can keep the momentum rolling. The Ravens are no joke, folks. They're a Super Bowl contender when healthy, and with Lamar Jackson slinging it like the two-time MVP he is, they're as explosive as a 4th of July fireworks show over the Mississippi. Baltimore sits at 3-5 after a sloppy start, but don't let that fool you. They just blasted the Dolphins 28-6 on Thursday night, with Jackson tossing 4 touchdowns in a vintage performance. That's the Lamar we fear, the greatest rushing QB in NFL history, now arguably the league's top pure passer too. He's 24-3 lifetime against NFC teams, including that gut-wrenching OT thriller over us back in 2021. Add in Derrick Henry, who's already 6th in rushing yards this season with that freight train power, and you've got a nightmare duo that could trample our defense if we're not locked in. But here's the twist. We're at home where the purple wall hits different, and our boys just showed they can punch above their weight class. Picture this. US Bank Stadium shaking like it's 1998 all over again, 66,000 strong chanting "Skull" as McCarthy drops back for that game-winning heave. The Ravens' defense is their Achilles heel right now, ranked 26th overall by PFF, dead last in pass rush at 29th, and 27th against the run. That's a gaping opportunity for our offense to feast. McCarthy's got Justin Jefferson and that dynamic receiving core waiting to exploit it. Will we ride this wave of destiny? Or will Jackson's magic spell another NFC heartbreaker? Stick with me through this breakdown, because our staff's bold predictions are going to have you yelling at your screen. What do you think, fam? Upset special or tough lesson? Drop it in the comments below. Fresh off that epic Lions takedown, where our defense stuffed David Montgomery and held Detroit to just 24 points on the road, the Vikings are riding high at 4-4 and hungry for their first winning streak of 2025. J.J. McCarthy's return was pure poetry, 14 of 25 for 143 yards, 2 passing TDs, a rushing score, and yeah, 1 pick, but who cares when you're the spark that ignites a comeback? That wasn't just a win. It was validation for Kevin O'Connell's belief in this kid, drafted 10th overall to be our franchise guy. Now, with the stadium's energy fueling us, we get to test that mettle against a Ravens squad desperate to climb out of their early season rut. Baltimore's offense is a juggernaut on paper, averaging 25.2 points per game, but their defensive woes, allowing 27.0 PPG, could be the chink in the armor we exploit. It's not just a game. It's a crossroads moment where underdogs become legends. Let's talk real talk. The Ravens' return from their mini-bye has them clicking, but their 3-5 record screams inconsistency, especially after coughing up leads left and right. Jackson looked sharp against Miami, carving up their secondary for 300-plus yards and those 4 scores, but our Vikings D just proved they can bend top 5 units like Detroit's without breaking. Remember last week? We forced 2 turnovers, sacked Jared Goff 3 times, and turned the tide with special teams magic. If Brian Flores' crew brings that same fire, limiting Henry's YPC to under 4.0 like we did Montgomery, McCarthy gets the breathing room to build on his 143-yard debut. The stats back it. Baltimore's 29th ranked pass rush means fewer pressures on JJ, who already showed poise in scripted drives. This feels like our script to flip, home cooking turning a contender into roadkill. But suspense is killing me here. What if McCarthy channels that Michigan magic and threads needles to Jefferson for 150 yards? Or if Henry breaks free for a 50-yard scamper that silences the crowd? We've got the tools. A run D that just dominated, and an O-line that's meshing post-injury. The Vikings' 191.9 passing yards per game might not dazzle, But against the secondary? It's prime time. As we gear up for kickoff, I'm feeling that tingle, the one that says history's about to repeat in purple. Who's with me on believing in the upset? Hit the like if you're hyped, and let's keep this convo rolling in the comments. Diving deeper into the Ravens' dark side, their defense has been a roller coaster. Starting hot but cratering to 26th in PFF grades, with a run D that's 27th and pass rush a woeful 29th. That's music to Vikings fans' ears, especially after McCarthy diced up Detroit's elite front for 3 TD drives on the road. Per ESPN Analytics, Baltimore's only 62.5% favorites today, down from preseason hype because they've surrendered 361 yards per game lately. Our ground game, led by Aaron Jones if he's good to go post-injury, could gash them for 150-plus yards, setting up play-action bombs. Jackson's dual-threat terror is real. He's got 24 wins in 27 NFC starts, but we've schemed geniuses before. Flores schemed Goff into mistakes. Imagine what he does to Lamar's 103.5 career passer rating. The storytelling here writes itself. 2 QBs back from the brink, both dropping jaws last week. Jackson's 4TD clinic over Miami was vintage escape artist stuff, scrambling for first downs like he's dodging paparazzi. But McCarthy? Our guy's got that quiet fire, rushing for a score in his return, proving he's no one-trick pony. With Zay Flowers and Rashad Bateman stretching the field for Baltimore, it'll test our secondary. But guys like Byron Murphy Jr. just stonewalled Amon-Ra St. Brown. Stats scream opportunity. Ravens allow a league-high 46.7% third-down conversions early on, while we've converted 42% ourselves. If we control the clock, possessing the ball for 32 minutes like in Detroit, this game's ours. The drama? It's in the trenches, where every snap could swing fortunes. Hold up, Skull fam, pause. And ponder, if McCarthy exploits that pass rush vacuum for 200 yards and a couple scores, does this catapult us into wild-card contention? Baltimore's desperation is palpable at 3-5, but so's our momentum from that 9.5-point underdog stunner. We've covered as underdogs before, going 1-0 ATS at 4.5 plus this year. The over/under's 49, so expect fireworks, but I see our D forcing a late pick to seal it. This isn't just news. It's narrative gold, the kind that bonds us fans. What matchup worries you most? Henry versus our front or Jackson's legs? Spill it below, your takes fuel the fire. Shifting gears to our hero, J.J. McCarthy, 3 starts in, and he's already got that clutch gene etched in purple. Sure, he hasn't cracked 160 passing yards yet, dipping to 143 last week with accuracy hiccups post-scripted plays, but context matters. Road prime time against a top D, fresh off injury? That's Rookie of the Year audition material. He overcame a 10-point fourth-quarter deficit in his debut, the first QB since Steve Young in '85, and added a rushing TD like Cam Newton vibes. Against Baltimore's leaky secondary, ranked outside top 20 in coverage grades. Expect JJ to hit 180 to 200 yards, feeding Jefferson early and often. His upside? Sky high with a 9.88 that's aggressive yet smart. If he cleans up decisions, this kid's a star in the making. The Ravens counter with a healthy roster that's turning heads. Jackson's 100th start, Henry's 6th in rushing yards at over 800 already, and a line that's paved 135.5 rush yards per game. But their defense flipped scripts mid-season last year, going from trash to elite, though 2025's been the opposite, 25th in scoring D early. PFF clocks them at 27th run D, perfect for our balanced attack. McCarthy's meditation-honed poise could mirror Jackson's, but at home, with the crowd's roar, advantage Vikes. We've seen it, scripted drives yielding TDs, then improvisation winning games. The stat that sticks? Baltimore's 27th in points allowed per drive. Prime for our red zone efficiency, converting 60% last week. Envision the climax. McCarthy rolling out, evading pressure, lofting a 40-yard dart to JJ for 6. Or Jackson zipping away for a 30-yard gain that has us holding our breath. It's these what-ifs that make Sundays sacred. As a fan who's bled purple since '98, I live for this tension, the underdog bark turning to bite. Our 4-4 record belies the talent. One more W and we're trending up. Quick poll. McCarthy MVP of the game or Jefferson? Vote in comments. Your voice shapes the Skol chant. Now, let's crank up the heat with staff picks time. Starting with Will Ragatz, our Vikings insider who's seen it all. Will's going Ravens 27-20, and I get it. He's cautious, citing Jackson's insane 24-3 NFC dominance and Henry's bulldozer runs. As fun as it'd be to pick the Vikes, he says, I can't ignore Lamar's the best passer-rusher hybrid ever. Fair, but Will notes our D's Detroit shutdown, holding a top offense under 300 yards. Yet warns this matchup's a massive leap. He's right. Baltimore's desperation at 3-5 means no quit, and McCarthy needs more proof after modest yards. Still, Will admits if JJ balls out, we steal it. Classic analyst hedge, but it keeps the debate alive. Who agrees with Will's safe bet? Will's take builds suspense because it spotlights the QB duel. Jackson's 4TD explosion versus Miami echoing his 2021 OT dagger over us, while McCarthy's 3TD return, 2 pass, 1 rush screams potential. Stats like Jackson's 37 TDs to 7 INTs versus NFC? Terrifying. But our kids' fourth-quarter wizardry, erasing deficits like a boss, hints at heroics. Will's prediction hangs on McCarthy's accuracy dips, under 160 yards per start, but ignores home field magic. U.S. Bank's decibels could rattle Henry's rhythm, forcing checkdowns. As fans, we crave the upset. Will's realism tempers it, making victory sweeter. Imagine silencing him post-win, pure gold. This pick's got me pacing. Ravens by a TD feels too close, too cruel. But Will's cred, covering us daily, earns respect. Tees up the optimists perfectly, ramping tension. Skol Nation, if Will's right, how do we regroup? Or are we proving him wrong with a statement? Your thoughts below. Let's debate like family. Flipping the script, Joe Nelson's all in on the purple. Vikings 34, Ravens 27. Joe's bullish because Baltimore's D is lousy, 26th PFF overall, 27th run, 29th pass rush. And if McCarthy torched Detroit's top 5 fronts for 3 TD drives on the road, home against this? Feast City. Lamar and King Henry are scary, Joe concedes. But their secondary's a sieve. Spot on, Ravens allow 203.8 pass yards per game. Ripe for Jefferson's 550-plus season yards already. Joe's riding our 27-24 grit, where JJ added 12 rush yards and a score, proving dual threat chops. This pick screams belief. We're better than 4-4, and Sunday's the launch pad. Joe's narrative hooks you with hope, envisioning McCarthy's big game at home. Maybe 250 yards and 3 scores. While our D caps Henry at 90 yards like last week. PFF backs it. Baltimore's 27.0 PPG allowed dwarfs Detroit's stinginess. Yet we won there. The close score nods to Jackson's magic. Expect 300 total from him. But Joe's Vikings edge via clock control, possessing 32 minutes. It's energetic, fan-first analysis that fires you up, ignoring odds, Ravens minus 4.5, for heart. As a Torkter, I love this vibe. It's the rally cry we need. Suspense peaks here. Will it be a shootout where our momentum tips the scale? Joe's optimism contrasts Will's doubt, keeping you glued. Fam, you buying Joe's 34 burger dream, or hedging like Will? Smash those comments. Your passion powers this channel. Tony Liebert chimes in with Vikings 31, Ravens 26. Another purple punch, timed perfectly after both QB's triumphant returns. Tony highlights the symmetry. Jackson's 4TD Dolphins demolition mirroring McCarthy's impressive Lions signs. Like that 10-yard TD to Jefferson. Minnesota builds momentum with this win, he predicts, eyeing Baltimore's 3-5 desperation against our complete squad. Ravens are one of the NFL's most complete teams. Tony warns, with Henry's 6th-ranked rushing, 800-plus yards, and Jackson's 25.2 team PPG. But our upset vibe is contagious per Tony, fueling a homestand. This pick's storytelling shines. 2 injured stars reborn, clashing in a playoff-like intensity. Tony's close score builds drama. Expect late drives, Flores blitzes forcing INTs, McCarthy's poise sealing it. Stats like our 1-2 home ATS but perfect as big dogs? Underdog fuel. Baltimore's road woes, 1-2 away, tilted our way. Tony's even-keeled yet excited tone connects, like chatting at a tailgate. It's the balance, acknowledging threats while betting on us, that keeps hope alive. Enthusiasm surges. 31-26 feels winnable, gritty, ours. Tony's got me visualizing the final kneel down. Crowd erupting. Who's feeling this momentum build? Comment your score prediction. Let's crowdsource the W. Jonathan Harrison seals the staff chorus with Vikings 24, Ravens 21. A squeaker that screams late-game Vikes heroics. John's skeptical of Baltimore's turnaround hype post-Dolphins blowout, noting we're much better than Miami, despite our struggles. Ravens pass D issues? Gold for McCarthy's productive day, exploiting 29th ranked rush to open lanes. Our Run D's Lions masterclass, limiting to 80 yards. Must repeat versus Jackson-Henry duo, with Lamar's NFC mastery, 24-3 looming. But John sees us finding a way, echoing that 27-24 road magic. John's angle adds layers. Baltimore's healthy roster versus a competitive foe tests their mettle, but our 4-4 grit shines brighter. Expect McCarthy 200 yards, 2 scores. D forces turnovers in red zone. Close final? Pure thriller with special teams flipping field like last week. His late heroics teases the upset without overpromising. Grounded in PFF's Ravens' 46.7% third down allow. It's conversational gold. Pulls you in, leaves you hungry for more. 3 of 4 picking purple? The tide's turning. John's pick has me hyped for that fourth quarter pulse raiser. Skull fam, staff's leaning our way. Does it sway you? Fire away in comments. Zooming out on McCarthy's arc. 3 starts, 3 narratives, from debut fireworks to early wobbles, now this redemption stage. That 143-yard, 3 TD return? Not gaudy, but gritty 58% completion, but against Detroit's D? Elite. His rushing TD, first since Cam in 2011, nods to mobility that counters Jackson's. Accuracy struggles? Fixable at home with O-line healthy. PFF grades him 72.6 overall early. Against Baltimore's 26th unit, 80+ incoming. This game's his proof of concept. Per analysts nail it, and we're talking franchise QB. The dual threat mirror with Lamar amps drama. Both MVPs in waiting, but JJ's meditation edge keeps him zen under purple lights. Stats whisper promise, 9 rushes for 12 yards last week. 9.8 for deep shots. If he hits 65% completions, 220 yards? Game changer. We've schemed QBs before. Flores disguises could net 2 sacks, 2 picks. The story? Underdog kid versus established king. Classic NFL poetry. Heart races thinking. McCarthy's first 200-yard home game, silencing doubters. As fans, we're invested, his highs are highs. Quick ask. JJ for MVP or D for hero? Your call below. Ravens O-line versus our pass rush. Baltimore's paved 135.5 rush YPG, but our edge guys, hungry post-Detroit, could disrupt. They've allowed 2.5 sacks per game lately. If we hit 3, Jackson's magic fades. Henry's 6th in yards, say 850 total. But our 27th ranked run D? No, last week's shutdown says we're top 10 potential. PFF clocks us 3rd in sack rate potential. Unleash it here. This trench war's the silent thriller, every snap a chess move. Flores blitz packages rattled Goff. Lamar's elusiveness tests it, but home crowd false starts could tilt. Stats. Ravens 27th in pressure allowed on dropbacks. Victory? Control the line, limit big plays. Grinding details like this. Fan love. Imagine the roar on 3rd and long stops. What's your bold D prediction? Comments now. Secondary showdown. Jefferson versus Ravens corners. Zay Flowers has 550 yards, but our DBs just blanked St. Brown. Baltimore's coverage 25th. JJ feasts with 100+ to Justin. Jackson targets? Our safeties swarm, forcing checkdowns. Air battles fireworks. Lamar's 78% completion versus Miami, But against Flores, pressure drops it to 60%. McCarthy's deep balls exploit voids. Story, receivers deciding QB legacies. Hyped for slants and fades? Who scores first, TD, Jefferson, or Flowers? Weigh in. Special teams edge. Our punt return TD vibes from Detroit could flip field again. Ravens average, we excel in chaos. Hidden game. Kick coverage wins halves. Stats. We've blocked one already. Lightning strikes twice. Underrated heroics await. Your ST take? Go. Injury watch. Aaron Jones questionable but optimistic. Theo Jackson mild concussion. Play? Ravens full strength, but our depth shines. Health's the X factor. McCarthy's ankle solid. Wentz IR. No excuses, pure talent clash. Prayers for green lights. Updates? Comments? Fan pulse. After Lions W, optimism's 80% per polls. This upset? 55% believe. Your vibe? Skull or stress? Share. Weather's 30 degrees, dome helps, but crisp air sharpens tackles. Elements minor, but purple thrives cold. Tailgate ready? Chill thrills incoming. Plans? History. Ravens 4-3 all-time versus us. But home? 2-1. 2017 W 24-16 vibes. Past fuels fire. Revenge for 21 OT loss. Legacy call. Repeat. Odds. Ravens minus 4.5. O/U49. Value on Vikes plus points. Bet smart. Our ATS is dogs? Money. Wager thoughts? 21 plus only. Hype meter. 10 out of 10, upset or not. Epic. Energy's viral. Feel it? One more breath before kickoff. Teaser. Win this, playoffs beckon, losing streak killer. Destiny calls. Believe? Wrapping with fire. Staff's purple heavy. 3-1 Vikes. McCarthy's spark. Our D's bite. Home roar. Upset locked. But Jackson Henry? Test of will. Skull Nation. This is our moment. Roar loud Sunday. If you're as pumped as me, smash like. Drop your score prediction and hot take in comments. Best one gets a shout out next vid. Subscribe for instant Vikings news alerts. Hit notifications. Don't miss a beat. Share with your fellow warriors. Let's flood feeds with purple pride. Go Vikings. Charge ahead. Horns up. Skull.